Hey, what's up with it, King? What's up with it, Queen? You already know who it is. It's your big bruh, Demont Pope, aka Mr. Purpose, over pointless excuses. Yeah, y'all already know what time it is. Got another very special guest, man. First of all, I want to thank you all for tuning in. Listen, I've been bringing you very special guests for a while now, trying to give you maximum value, maximum impact. In other words, we trying to help you find and realize your purpose. So listen, without further delay, because I know y'all want to know what's up. Listen, without further delay or without further ado, I want to introduce to some, present to others, my very special guest, Miss Wanda Langley. Yeah, what's up, Miss Wanda? What's up?
What's up, Pope? I'm so glad to be here. Thank you for inviting me. I do want to tell you this before I forget. I had on my shirt yesterday.
You repping purpose over pointless excuses. You repping that Pope gear?
Yes, I did. And when I put it on, I said, man, you should have wore it the day of the broadcast, but I already had it on.
It's all good. It's all good. Well, listen, I'm grateful for you taking time out of your schedule. I know you got a very busy schedule because you be out here doing things, and we're going to get into what you be doing right now. As a matter of fact, since I know you, I want you to tell the people, right, who is Wanda Langley and what exactly is faith in real estate? Yeah.
Okay, so Wanda Langley is a mother of two beautiful, beautiful girls. She is a licensed realtor. She is a auntie, a cousin, a friend. Most of all, she is a woman, or I am a woman who loves God and who loves to serve. Faith in real estate is my business / ministry. So, like I said, I'm a licensed realtor, and Faith in Real Estate gives me the opportunity, Pope, to do marketplace ministry. And for those who don't know what marketplace ministry is, it is, to me, ministry outside of the church in the business arena. Everybody, some people go to church and, ministry is there, they do what they do, they preach. But my passion is outside the four walls of the church. And so, Faith in Real Estate gives me the opportunity to exercise that in my business.
Outstanding. And I know a little bit about that faith in real estate too. I'm gonna tell them real quick. All right, listen, y'all, I was gonna try to hold this to the end, but I gotta tell you right quick why this is a very special interview for me, right? Okay, so Miss Wanda helped my family purchase our very first home a couple of years ago. All right. So that's what that faith in real estate is really about. When she says she takes it outside of the walls of the church, listen, man, it was an encounter. It was an experience. Like we were expecting to just buy a house, right? And we did. We bought a house. We made friends, family. Like it was an experience. And she really, really, really put her heart in what she did. And she ain't paying me to say none of this. I just want to let y'all know, like, it's real. You know what I mean? The relationship is real, right? The passion is real. The excellence, right? The expertise, the professionalism is real. And she wouldn't let us settle until we found that house that was literally right for my family. So I want to thank you for that right quick publicly. All right. For what you did privately, I want to thank you publicly. Okay.
Praise God. All glory to God. All glory to God.
Yeah, see, that's what I'm talking about right there. There we go. Now, listen, I got one next question for you, Miss Wanda. Let me ask you this. Like, what was really the motivation behind you starting your business? Like, what was the motivation behind you saying, hey, I'm sick of people renting? You know what I mean? I want to be the person to make a difference and help people become home owners and not just continue renting for the rest of their life. What was the motivation behind that?
The motivation was really twofold. I started the business because, one, Pope, I couldn't be that person that worked a 9-to-5 job. Some people can do that, but that just is not in my DNA to work a 9-to-5 job for anybody. I did that for years. And so real estate was my opportunity to do that, on a full-time basis. But the motivation, secondly, is to build wealth. If we own a home, then, that is an opportunity for us to build equity, especially in today's market. You can buy, I bet if I check the equity on your house right now, it is pretty good.
We're going up, Ms. Wanda.
It's going up every second, Pope. So yeah, it's just an opportunity. As a people, we should be homeowners. We should be flipping houses. We should be doing Airbnbs. We should be building wealth.
And I love how you saying we, Like, you're not just talking about you. See, you didn't just go buy you a house, right? Like, you didn't just show your daughter the game. Like, look, they don't even know like that you birthed in the new generation, right? Of real estate professionals that's gonna help this next generation continue on this legacy. So it's very, very important, and it's a selfless act. Now I see why you said, and I hope the viewers and listeners can see why you said your passion and your heart, right, is to help people, to serve people, which that's what ministry is. Let's be clear. It's serving the people, right? Not having authority or trying to stick your chest out on people. It's actually being humble and doing for the people, right, what they can't do for themselves. So I applaud you for that. Now let's get into the next question real quick. So why is it so important? Right? Why is it so important to learn about real estate at an early age? Because I'm gonna be honest with you, I was really in my 30s when I started even thinking, like, I never really thought about being a homeowner. Like, that just wasn't in my plan. That just wasn't in the card for me. Like, I was in my 30s, right, when I decided to become a homeowner. Now, had I known this information when I was a kid growing up, oh, that would have been my motivation. That would have been my goal. That would have been my target. And it would have done so many more things and opened so many more doors for me. But I got the opportunity to learn late. So I'm a good man, but we finna help somebody become wise because they about to learn from my mistakes. So tell us why it's so important to learn about real estate when you're young.
I believe it's important because as children, and children are like sponges. So whatever we teach them, they're going to grasp it. So it's not too early to be teaching our children about buying a house or investing. And I think about sometimes I remember when my daughter was in middle school, they would have career day. And, you know, you have the firefighter, you have the policeman, you have the teacher or whatever. But do you have a real estate agent that comes to career day to teach the kids when they're in elementary school and middle school to buy a house?
Come on.
Why not? Let me tell you the conversation I had with my daughter. My youngest daughter is 15, and she will probably go to college. Maybe not. That's another story. You know, she need to do what God has ordained for her life. But here's the conversation I had with her, Pope. If you go to college, you can't be like me and get all these student loans. You need to be learning how to flip a house.
Come on.
Because I've taken courses where one course I took, it taught me that if I flip a house, I need to at least net $30,000. So, you know, the conversation I had with my daughter, Christina, I said, okay, if you're going to go to college, and at one point she was saying she wanted to be a pharmacist. If you're going to go to college and be a pharmacist, that may cost you about $150,000. You need to flip 5 houses.
Come on now.
Instead of getting student loans that we have until some people till the day they die. So yes, to answer your question, we need to be teaching our children as babies about real estate.
Yeah, yes. And I agree. Listen, you hit me in the stomach and the chest at the same time talking about them student loans, because I'm still paying back student loans.
Me too.
I'm still paying back student loans. My wife, she got way more.
Yes.
We paying back more for my wife's student loan than we pay, almost close to what we paying for the house.
I know. I see it.
You combine the two, it's ridiculous. Yeah.
Yes.
So I applaud you, first of all, for being able to set a new trend and not following tradition, because again, you said something important. You talked about the career days. Now I'm very, very knowledgeable, about the career day, because I've been a career day speaker in schools for years, right? So I go in there and I talk about what I do. And you're right, it's not many people in there telling these kids to become homeowners or to become real estate agents, right? Or to build the business, right? They're not telling them about the possibility of being able to be wealthy and build generation wealth for your family, right? By the time you graduate high school, by the time you graduate college. Now, see, I feel a little something coming up. So let me slow it down a little bit, because I don't want to give them too much information. Listen, if y'all are getting value right now from this episode, I need you to do me a favor. You know what time it is. I need you to hit the thumbs up. I need you to hit the like, right? I need you to subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. I need you to share this to at least 10 people who you want to see become wealthy, who you want to see a real change in their life, real impact, right? So if you're getting value from yours truly and Miss Wanda Langley here, Faith in Real Estate, I want you to go ahead and hit that subscribe like button, all right? Now, Miss Wanda, what is the most important lessons, right, that you've learned over your career? Like one of them. Give me one of the most important lessons that just kind of stuck with you, and you just kind of remember that lesson, and it makes you wiser in your future dealings.
I think the most important lesson, Pope, would be that when I think about my business, I think about it not as a business, but as an empire. And the word empire is huge. And so that's not something that I'm going to be able to handle on my own. So in order for me to even have a level of comfort and not fear in developing an empire, then there are 3 words that stick with me. That's systems, strategies, and structure.
Yeah.
And that's what I had to learn in my business, that I had to implement those 3 things. And that's a process that I'm doing every day. Systems, strategies, and structure.
Listen, I love that. Those 3 S's: systems, strategy, and structure, right? Yes. I'm gonna say it again: systems, strategy, and structure. Okay, let me explain to y'all why I said it again, right? Okay, repetition. There's power in repetition. So we getting these reps in. That way, even when this episode is over with, you still remember, right? You still remember the systems, you still remember strategy, and you still remember structure. Now, listen, I'm recently finding out all of this game, like this free game she dropping on you. Like, we ain't charging nobody for this. This is free right here. And I'm literally just now learning how to establish money-making systems, right? I'm just now learning, like, the power ain't in the job. The power ain't even in owning a job, right? Because, okay, you got a job. I heard Myron Golden say, right? And he's a GOAT. He's an expert in the financial field, like guru, right? I heard him say that the power ain't in the job. If you own a job, that's your business, right? You just own a job, right? You got to go to work, right, to get that money. So now you have more money than you had when you was working on a job, but you have less time, right? So then you want to get to that next level instead of just owning a business. And I'll give you an example. One of the examples he said is like, when you own a business, you bought some lawnmower equipment. Now you got to go out there and get it in with your lawnmower equipment, cutting yards or whatnot. But the problem is that you can't make money if you're not out there physically cutting the yards, using the equipment, right? So the system, when you create that system, right, that system prevents you from having to go out there, right, and exert all of your energy and use all of your time, because we spend the money, we can get the money back, but we can never get the time back. So the systems is important. As a matter of fact, Ms. Wanda, I think you just gave us the title to this episode. I think it's going to be called Systems, right, Strategy and Structure, because we need to know that we got to get very, very knowledgeable and comfortable creating systems that create money making opportunities for us. And then ultimately, we want to get to the point to where we're able to create systems that enable us to invest, right, in more money making systems. So it's just residual income. You wake up making 6 figures, you wake up making 7 figures, right? And you haven't done a thing, and your generations to come after you will also benefit from the work that you put in, all because, listen, Ms. Wanda, you created a system. I'm talking about you. You created a system. You created a system and you passed it down to your children. And now I'm creating a system. My wife and I are passing it down to our children. And listen, y'all, this is what we want you to do. We want you to create a system. Like, if you're happy on your job, that's cool. That's fine. But we want you to think about that time that you're spending on the job, that money that they paying you on the job. And hey, listen, let me tell y'all a secret right quick. Hey, look, your boss ain't gonna never pay you enough, right, for you to be financially secure enough to not need that job. That's so they're only always gonna pay you enough to keep you coming back, right? So if you want freedom, right, if you want the ability to get up and go do things with your family and spend quality time while still being able to maintain, because we don't want it, the psychology, like, listen, we adapted the mindset that we have to get money to pay the bills. No, it's bigger than that. You don't want to make money to pay the bills. You want to make money so that you can create systems so that you can invest in other money-making systems. Let's go. Come on, Ms. Wanda. Listen, real quick, what is the biggest challenge? Right? One of the biggest challenges you are facing right now, because we need them to know that it's going to be some challenges. If y'all think we done jumped on here to tell y'all it's going to be easy, then you're sadly mistaken. Allow me to put my disclaimer out right now. It is not easy, right? But it's worth it. If you put the work in, it's worth it. So, Ms. Wanda, let's talk about a challenge that you're facing right now, your biggest challenge that you're facing in business, and let us know how you are dealing with that challenge.
The biggest challenge I have, Hope, is networking with other people that are like me, that have the same mindset, that have the same work ethic, that have the same goals. That's not easy these days. Sometimes people, even as other realtors, maybe they just in it for the commission check. Maybe they don't understand all of the work that's involved in it. So that is the biggest challenge I have. So, but what I've been able to do to help me with that is I just pray, okay, Lord, lead me to people that can be like me. And I'm gonna tell you, as a leader, I was always taught that a good leader raises up other leaders that are even better than me. Because if I'm gonna leave a legacy, you know, it's gonna be somebody that's gonna grab a hold to, oh, Wanda was this awesome person, but they're gonna be better than even me. So for me to be able to do that, I've got to find people, first of all, that are kind of somewhat like me, that have the same mindset, and that's not always easy.
Talk about it. Like that's a real issue, right? Because hey, listen, man, listen. The word says that, you know what I'm saying? How can two walk together except they agree? Like, how can two walk together? Like, if even in business, like, how can you do business together if you don't agree? Like, if I'm trying to go here and create systems that will allow me to invest in other money-making systems, that will allow me the financial freedom, that will allow me the time freedom, like, how can I work with somebody who is just content and comfortable with working a regular job, getting paid from somebody else's hand? Those two don't work hand in hand. One is going to stop the other one from accomplishing the goal. You're going to make the person on the job uncomfortable because your ambition is going to keep pushing them to do more. They're going to make you uncomfortable because their laziness is going to discourage you, frustrate you. So guess what? Peace. You said you pray about that thing. You get guidance. That's what a lot of us don't do. We jump out here and just do some things, and then we just out here freestyling. Like, I freestyle business models, Ms. Wanda, and they all failed because I was freestyling them. I didn't have no plan, in other words, right? I didn't have any mentorship. I didn't have any guidance, right? I didn't ask anybody that was doing it at a high level, right? I didn't ask them what the do's and don'ts. I just said, listen, this is what I'm gonna do, because it's always been an entrepreneur inside of me, Ms. Wanda. It's always been something different about me. And it's like, no bragging, right? I've never had a job where I wasn't probably one of the best, if not the best, at doing what I was doing. Like, I never had a job where I wasn't probably the star employee or something like that, right? And I was confused because I'm like, yo, why am I able to create all of this impact for someone else's job? I can make them a whole lot of money. But why is it when I create something for myself, I struggled, right? I struggled with discipline. I struggled with consistency, right? I struggled. I would go to a 9-to-5 and do exactly what they said do, the time they said do it, and would be done with it, right?
Because that was comfortable.
Come on, talk about it. Talk about it. And that's an issue. Like, let me ask you something, right? In your experience, right, when you were working a job, like how literally did it feel? Like, every day knowing that something on the inside of you was calling you to greater, was pushing you to greater, that there was something inside of you that could be more, do more, see more. Like, how did that feel? Like, I'm just gonna throw this question in there. How did that feel?
It feels unfulfilled. It's like agony. It really is. You just uncomfortable. You're not happy. Excuse me. You just miserable. You're miserable.
Yeah. And I'm gonna go and let you get your sip break. And that fulfillment, you're feeling empty. It's always like you're missing something. You're missing something. Yeah, you may be able to pay the bills and do the things you're doing, but you know, like, I'm okay. True story, Ms. Wanda, right? True story. I took my kids to the barbershop the other day. Me and my boys, we in the barbershop. And a gentleman, after getting his haircut, the barber said, hey, bro, I want you to make sure you feel better now. And my man said, you know what I mean? And he was an older gentleman, so I got nothing but respect and love for the brother. And he was like, you know what, man, whether I feel good or not, he said, I got to punch that man's clock on Monday. And this was a Saturday. He said, no matter whether I feel good or not, I got to punch that man's clock on Monday. And I told my boys, I say, listen, when we left the barbershop, that was a teachable moment because I told them I never want you in that situation because I know how it feels, right? So even if your health isn't right, the job doesn't care, right? I know how it feels to dread getting up in the morning because you got to go to a job that you hate. Why? Because you got to pay bills. Why? Because you got responsibilities. Why? Because you're adulting, which again, I wouldn't recommend adulting, kids. If you're listening, I don't recommend adulting, okay? Now, again, the reason why we're talking about systems, strategy, and structure, yeah, that repetition, I'm gonna remind y'all about that, is because we don't want you to be the person saying, even if I don't feel good, even if I'm sick, even if my body is frail, even if my body is weak, I got to get up and punch another man or another woman's clock so that they can feed me crumbs off of their table. I like when E.T. the hip hop preacher say, hey, we don't need to sit at your table because we building one. Yes. You understand what I'm saying? Yes. So faith in real estate, you building a table. You built your own table. And I've sat at your table. And I built my own table. And you sitting at my table right now.
Yeah, and we're gonna build some more tables together.
Come on, big sis. This is what we talking about. Listen, we trying to give you maximum value and maximum impact, right? So if you're getting value, go ahead and hit the thumbs up, right? Hit the like, leave a comment, right? Make sure you share this with about 10 people who you want to see do well in life, right? Now, before we get to the very last question, Ms. Wanda, like this is what I wanted you to do. I want you to let everybody know, right, where they can contact you, like where they can reach out to you, get connected, get information. Do you have anything coming up, like any training sessions? Do you do that type stuff? Just let everybody know what your website is, social media handles, and what's going on with you. It's your time to shine. Let's go.
Okay. Well, you can locate me on my website, which is simply faithandrealestate.com. I'm on YouTube. I have a new page that I just launched the beginning of the year, and that page is Wanda is probate listings. You can find me on
Facebook. Pause. Just want to say that again.
Wanda Rochelle Probate Real Estate. That's my YouTube page. Yes. And then faithandrealestate.com. And then I'm on Facebook, Wanda Rochelle Langley, and I'm on IG, I Will Not Rent. So yeah, you can find me. Just Google Wanda Langley Realtor and all of my stuff should come up.
Again, like so many of my guests, she ain't hard to find. That's a line from my homie Tupac. You know what I'm talking about? Ain't hard to find. Listen, you said on one of those contacts, I think you said the email, I will not rent. See, people be trying to speed past stuff. And it's like, I always got to stop a guest and make a guest rewind and run that back and say that again for clarification. Can you please repeat that for the listeners?
Yes, my IG and one of my email addresses is simply, I will not rent. And that's just, it speaks life. I will not rent. I'm not doing it.
I will not rent. Now,
not doing it. Let me tell you, I sold a woman a house. She was 70 years old last year, bought her first home.
Wow.
Bless
it ain't never too late.
Bless my soul.
Come
my soul.
Come on. Now that's impact. That's making a difference, right? Oh my goodness. I can only imagine how she felt finally getting the opportunity to own something after so many years of making other people wealthy in something that they would never own.
That's right.
My goodness, man. Shout out to you for that. Kudos to you for that. And now I see again exactly what you mean when you said that your heart is for ministering, serving the people, like helping people accomplish what they want to accomplish. Because you definitely ministered to my family by helping us get into the beautiful home that you see. You know what I mean? Like they ain't even knowing, like I'm in a whole different area of my house. Like this is my spot. Like this ain't even the wife and kids area. So anyway, you know, I'm just blessed. I'm grateful. And I thank you. Now, before we get out of here, I got another question for you, Ms. Wanda.
Yes.
And this is what I want to know. Like, what is one piece of advice, right, that you'd give to that person, right? That young girl, maybe around the age of your daughter, right? That young boy, right? Or even maybe they may be around my age group or something like that, or your age group. Like, what would you say to that person who's watching this episode, right? Who's listening to this episode and who we have sparked something in them. Now they're interested, right? Now they're curious, right? Now they want to know, all right, what this real estate industry is about. Like what is this wealth generating business about? Like what are these systems and strategies and structures like to that person? But they may just be feeling a little doubt, a little unbelief, because nobody's never told them that they can be something more than an employee, right? And before I let you answer that question, I'm gonna tell you why it's vital. Like I spoke at a middle school the other day, and one of the commissioners were saying to the kids that, and they were middle school kids, and it was a test pep rally. And one of the commissioners said to the kids, finish school, get your good grades, go to college, and then when you come back, we got jobs for you. And everybody was excited, but me, it broke my heart because I'm like, that statement just minimized the level where these kids can go. Because now they've set their goals and their target, like their maximum goal is to get a job. So what would you say to that one person that may have heard that, but they like, okay, well, now I can do something else. I don't just have to get a job. Like I can get in this real estate business. Like I can really, really create systems. Like, what would you say to that person, Ms. Wanda?
I would say dream big. Don't dream small, dream big. I mean, big, huge. Because, I gave reference to the fact that I don't have a business. I have an empire.
There you go.
But I would say dream big. Don't be afraid to do it. Don't listen to what other people tell you. People that say you can't do it. You can do it. Get around people that have done it. Whether it's somebody that you follow on YouTube, get you a mentor, get you a coach. I would say this, don't be cheap about investing in yourself either. A lot of times folks want to dream big and they want all of this, or people may come to me and they want me to spend 2 hours telling them, giving them, consulting them on their business, but they don't want to pay for it. We're just supposed to give that out for free to 30 people every day? No, that's not how that works. So you have to be able to dream big, do research, learn, take classes. Like I said, even if you can't afford it, get you a YouTube class. There are several people, especially with social media. It's Facebook, Instagram. Get out there, dream big. The sky's the limit. With God, nothing is impossible. That is the word. Nothing is impossible. I'm telling my kids, there is no reason why you can't be a multi-billionaire. Why not?
Come on, why not?
Why not?
Why not you? Why not you?
No. I don't have a job. I create jobs.
Yeah, that's different. It hit different when you create a job.
I create jobs. My first real estate job, I worked for a builder. I worked for Century. And I sat there the first day, Pope. I looked out the window in the model home and I was like, this ain't big enough. Y'all don't have enough houses for me to sell. You're not going to let me sell all of your houses. So I can't work for Century. I have to be a Century.
Whoa.
I have to be a builder.
Come on.
So dream big. The sky's the limit. God wants to bless us. We live our life to be a blessing to people. And in order for me to be a blessing to people, I need money to do that.
Take money
The job, I don't care if you work in a job making $150,000. If there's stuff I want to do, that ain't enough.
Not enough.
It ain't enough. People get out of jail, don't have a place to live. It's single mothers. It's single mothers contact me and say, I want to buy a house. One lady reached out to me, get this. She said, I want to buy a house. I have cancer. I don't work a job. My husband is about to leave me. I just found out he's cheating on me, not just with a man, but a woman too. And I had to listen to that young lady who's battling cancer and who had 4 kids and wanted to buy a house. I need to be in a position to help people like that.
My goodness. Man, you just dropped a heavy weight. Now that's service. That's ministry. That's not running from the problem, because most people, Ms. Wanda, would probably be like, you got too much going on. I ain't really trying to, you know what I mean? Like, you ain't got the money to pay me what you trying to pay me. Look, I'm going to the next one. But if you have the resources,
that's right.
Then you are in a position to make a difference. And a lot of us who grew up in the church, we love to tell somebody we gonna pray for them. But let me tell y'all something right quick.
Let
me tell y'all something that like to tell somebody, I'm gonna pray for you. How you gonna pray when God gave you the resources? God sent the person to you. God sent them to you. You have the resources and you send them away, but yet you still call yourself ministering. Listen, man, I'm here to let you know, when you have the ability, it's your responsibility. I'm gonna say it again. When you have the ability, it's your responsibility. The problem we got, Miss Wanda, in society today is everybody's looking for somebody else to be the one to make that difference. No, you be the one to make that difference.
That's right.
You be the one to do it, right? Everybody's looking for somebody to follow. Guess what? You be the leader and you let somebody follow you, but make sure you lead them somewhere, right? Somewhere greater than where they are. Make sure you create and develop another leader, right?
Yes.
And I just had to say that right quick because it breaks my heart, right? Because there's so many people that have an abundance of wealth, but they're hoarding it. Right? They're hoarding it, right? For themselves. And we're looking for those people who develop systems to create wealth, and then they generate other systems through other people that creates wealth for generations. All right. So in other words, in short, what we're saying here is go ahead and place your purpose over pointless excuses, right? Not knowing is not an excuse. Ms. Wanda said, we got Google, we got YouTube. Hey, listen, I'm a scholar in YouTube University. You hear me? I'm talking about straight A's, Miss Wanda. I'm talking about Dean's List in YouTube University. Like you can't keep the information from me because at the click of a button, y'all got access to all the information. Like growing up, I didn't have that access. Like we had to read those books, them encyclopedias. Like we had to go to the library. Now everybody got a phone, right? Everybody has a phone. That's an asset, but you're using it like it's a liability. Listen. I appreciate y'all for tuning in. Thank y'all so much for staying for the whole episode. Miss Wanda, I really appreciate you taking time out of your busy schedule with this empire that you built. Listen, to come kick it with your little baby bruh, Demont Pope. Listen, it's a big bruh. I'm her baby bruh. I'm y'all big bruh, Demont Pope. Hey, that's your big sis, Miss Wanda Langley. Hey, I'll holler at y'all next week. Yeah.